we at the Cradle, which is a child rights organization, we decided to convene a meeting with members of the National Assembly to discuss a draft sexual offences amendment bill that we have. And the reason why, as an organization, we thought we should have had an amendment to part of the current act is the fact that since the act was passed in the year 2006, they have had a lot of challenges here and there. We've had a lot of emerging issues, be it when it comes to technological issues. When the act was passed then, we didn't have words like sextortion, for example. We didn't have people sharing inappropriate images on social media, for example. We didn't have people blackmailing each other with images that were initially shared in good faith.
I assure you we are going to support this because I've gone through it. And let us just educate our people. Anybody can be sexually harassed. This bill is not for women or children, even for men. So I'm just calling upon all the legislators in our National Assembly, Senate, to support this bill, and we make sure we safeguard the interests of everybody.
Sexual offenses should only be heard by a competent, trained judge or magistrate. And this is not an issue where chiefs and people within the community can sit down and talk about it and decide it within their cultural traditions. In as much as we respect our traditions, we're saying that some of them are repugnant and that sexual offenses are very, very serious and they should be heard within our court systems.
So for me, just the deliberations around the gender desks and how there is need to have the gender desks in the hospitals, in the public hospitals, for me that was key. The issue of registered sex offenders. Recently with the femicide issues, you found out that the aggressors, the criminals in those cases that were highlighted apparently had many pending cases and had been reported before. So why are we not talking about having a public register for sex offenders? We have sex offenders who've been convicted and they're still working in nursery schools, they are working in daycare centers, they are working they are actually working with vulnerable communities which they could also affect in terms of whether they have reformed or they have not reformed.